Okay, so here I am on round two. The last time I recorded this video about my fasting journey, I had the camera flipped and didn't realize it. So, take two, everybody. And randomly, I just decided to start recording while I'm laying in bed resting. I'm on my fourth day of this fast, and it just dawned on me, why not record my journey at least, the next few days. I plan on trying to stick it out through a 7-day fast. And some of you might be wondering, well, why the heck would you want to do that? Fasting is starving yourself to death. So there's a lot of different views on this topic. I can link a couple videos below of doctors that are talking about fasting and when it is good to do and for who. And I am a total advocate for it. I've been doing it on and off for years for different reasons, but mostly to heal, because your body will go into basically a healing mode called autophagy. You can look into that more. And like I said, I'll link some videos to doctors that will talk about that more. But basically, autophagy is the recycling of old cells that are, dysfunctional or not needed or, causing you illness. And yeah, it basically renews your body. So the main reason that I chose to do this fasting this time around is because about 7 or 8 weeks ago, I got these little bumps on my arm and legs that felt like, like a bug bite, like a flea bite. And I was itching them more than I should have, scratching them. And one of them on my arm, actually, after a couple of weeks, started to grow and get bigger and look friggin' scary and awful. So, I don't have insurance at the moment, and I tend to try to heal things naturally if I can. Of course, if I feel like, I've got a fever and I'm dying, then I'm gonna go to a doctor and, not die, hopefully. But anyways, so I tried quite a few different natural herbal supplements and, salves that I've even made through, herbs that I have harvested, grown myself. And I did a few weeks of that, and it just wasn't helping, honestly. The rash was growing on my arm, and anyways, I took a couple pictures with Google Images and kind of honed it down to possibly weeping eczema. Never had that before. I'm 42 years old, but I wanted to avoid going to the doctor if I can. Unless I felt like, it was getting pussy or anything. It didn't really do that. So I've not been concerned to rush to the doctor and pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to get my arm looked at. So I have resorted to fasting, which I sometimes forget about fasting. I do it periodically throughout probably the past 20 years. I've never died from it. I've never had any ill effects from it, at least not that I know of. Anyway, so I decided to try this. Well, it was going to start as a 3-day fast, and then I decided I'm going to extend it to 5 days. Now, I am on the 4th day right now, and I'm going to try to do 7 days. But I have actually noticed after 4 days that my rash is starting to finally go away on my arm. I would show y'all, but it's not very pleasant to look at. So, I will, yes, I wanted to just record this and possibly put it up on YouTube for one of my, this will probably be my 6th or 7th YouTube channel that I'm starting. So, hey, like and subscribe if you want to see me talk more about my journey of this fasting journey and different health things that I like to do. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know if there's much more to say other than I am, a little bit sleepy today. Oh, I've been drinking mostly water for this fast. I forgot on the last video I told you all this, but then I had to re-record it. So, mostly water. The first day I did do heavy cream in my coffee, and I've done a lot of keto dieting or keto lifestyle. And usually that, a little bit amount of pure fat does not bring you out of ketosis or spike your insulin, which after a few days of fasting, your insulin will go way down. And that's kind of part of what helps your body switch over to healing and autophagy and recycling these cells. Anyway, it's very scientific. I love nerding out on that stuff, but I'm not going to bore you with all that. Like I said, I will link a couple videos of doctors talking about the more specifics if you're interested in learning more. Mostly, this video is just about me recording my journey and about how I feel on this these few days. And right now I am a little bit tired. This is the fourth day. I'm sleepy. Overall, I feel fine though. I do occasionally get a little bit of a hunger pain, but I drink some water or herbal tea. I forgot to add that. A little bit of apple cider vinegar and some water. A little bit of liquid electrolytes. Been doing that. And then I had a little bit of black decaf coffee today. I'm not, strictly doing a water fast diet. However, I hear that is the most beneficial and the most healing, that helps you heal the most quickly. But I am not too worried about doing it that extreme at the moment. So mostly just water though. And yeah, we'll see. I've been going on little walks and did a little bit of yoga the first couple days, but mostly just resting today. Might go for a little walk later. Anyway, I will get back to you with the next video as soon as possible. If you want to hear more about my journey, like and subscribe, and I will talk to you more soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.